Right guys, a very quick one here, but it needs to be called out. As some of you might know, the old Bill have been running around like the Stasi in recent months, loving their increasing powers much like Matt Hancock does. Well, Gloucester police are now back at it again, in relation to taking action against people for little to no reason at all. But before we deal with the old Bill themselves, we should probably mention the absolute scumbag neighbour who has reported this 82-year-old woman to the police for literally having a tea in her back garden with her friends who live in the same building that she does. So, whoever you are, in my mind, you are literally below pond scum at this point. A grass is only a few steps away from Jimmy Savile, where I come from, and would in fact likely see you run out of the area for it. Shit, many people would say it literally makes you worse than the police themselves by doing it, if I'm honest. But the police here are obviously still scum, because when they heard someone was having a tea outside their house with their friends, they literally waited 8 hours to pay her a visit, arriving at 9:45 PM when she was in bed. They actually made her get up, demanded identification, and proceeded to moan about her enjoying her life with her friends, who, like I said, live in the same building that she does. This, in my mind, is obviously bang out of order, and Gloucester police should be fucking ashamed of themselves. You scummy bastards literally went round to an 82-year-old woman's house to moan about her having a cup of tea with her friends, who, like I said, live in the same building. You got her out of bed, made her search for identification, and told her she would be fined if she does it again. That, I'm sure you would agree, is utter scum. The coppers involved here literally make me sick, as does any other copper doing this shit here. And let's be honest here, if the police are acting in the interests of public safety, how does going into the communal home of elderly people even fit into that? If there's a deadly virus stalking the land, surely the police should avoid barging into an elderly woman's home to moan about her having a fucking cup of tea. Surely Gloucester police have literally put her at more risk of dying than she did by having a cup of tea outside. But obviously, I suppose they're the experts in epidemiology and all this bollocks. They must know more about it than I do to make these decisions here that seems to think it's okay to barge into an elderly woman's home. I'm sure most of you would agree, like most things that have happened in the last year, it makes no bloody sense. But Gloucester police, the neighbour who reported her, and anyone who supports shit like this is beyond scum in my mind. Actually, I would go as far as to label you all the gangrene-infested septic spots on the arse of humanity. You are all on par with Matt Hancock at this point, and that is rock bottom of the shit pile, let me tell ya.
We're off!